Good morning, folks. Good morning to every one of you, wherever you are this morning and however you're listening to the OK Morning Rush. We'd like to welcome you on this first edition of the show for the week after a long weekend. You know, every time we take the weekend on Thursdays, it becomes very long because you're going to rest on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of people don't like Sunday, other than going to church, you know, because they're going to get ready for Monday morning. But a lot of people like Friday. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Birthday people, happy birthday. Today we're delegating the show to our own Fatu Kamara of our newsroom, Fatu Abigail Kamara of our staff. She's celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Fatu Kamara. We wish you well, wish you all the best. Of course, you see the work we do is a kind of tedious job. Even though today's her birthday, she had to come and make it on the news this morning because of her schedule. Oh, the job not easy. Even birthdays, you know, I remember last year, I think this year I spent my birthday on the radio. Yeah, I was here. I had no option, no excuse. We got to serve this country. Folks, good morning to all of you, man. This is the Morning Rush. It's the 11th of April. April is gradually creeping on us. On this weekend, all of us will be converging on the city of Banga, where our brother Jefferson Maza, will be taking on the hands of his wife Kuna Maza, and all of us will be converging on our great city. Not a surprise. What they're going to do is a reaffirmation of their vow, man. Nothing strange, but we'll be there because they've been married long since, man. Imha. Robert Clark, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because all of us will be there, because it will be a banger wedding. My mother, we're taking a very short break to be right back.
Is everybody's business. Oh yes, get the children out of your neighbor's room. Stop piling up this. Get a complete DSTV set today for just $15 and you can have over 66 channels or options right in your hand. And that's not all. You can also have free installation in and around Monrovia, plus 1 month free access subscription to watch the best of season movies, African movies, cartoons, American movies, music. You can also catch your news and even the Big Brother Naja show and etc. And you're just gonna pay $14 monthly. Now here comes the big one. Whether your current is stable or not, DSTV says no more worry. You can download the DSTV Now app on your phone, your tablets, and laptop. And you can continue to watch all your DSTV channels without paying additional subscription. Isn't it a good news? I think it is. Now for more information, kindly call our DSTV customer service number 0777-510-753 or 0886-510-753. DSTV, it's your moment.
This for to cross the road and he said,
"Hey, uncle, you see now where's my banana? My uncle will beat me to do."
Massa, now you just selling banana in the street?
Yeah, oh, Papa. See my uncle brought me here. I just selling banana every day. I'm not even going to school. All the children in school. When I tell him about school, he will tell me say my parents save money for school fee.
See how you looking?
I can't even eat. If I take money from the market, money to buy something to eat, my uncle will beat me. And I'm gonna make sure the market finish before I go home.
Let's go to the house. Moses, what a Moses man. Who's there yelling my name like that? You promised to get this girl a better life and put her in good school. You said the school she was attending in the village was not good. Only to come see my daughter selling in the street while your children are in school. Moses, why? But you gave me money to send your daughter to school. Leave me here, man. Oh, you slap me? And I will slap you. You slap me, oh? Hey, don't stop. What happened here, Moses? My brother, you see the man here? That's my own blood brother. girls selling in the street every day. I tried talking to my friend, but he didn't listen to me. Moses, what you are doing to this little girl is called child trafficking. And it is a crime under Liberian labor law. The two common types of human trafficking are: 1. Sex trafficking, using someone against his or her own will for your gain, and it is the most common form of human trafficking. 2. Forced labor, like exactly what you are doing to your niece. The government of Liberia just passed a new human trafficking law, and the law is very strong. According to Section 5 of the revised trafficking law of Liberia, anyone found in human trafficking will be sentenced not less than 20 years in prison and a fine of not more than $100,000 United States dollars, or the equivalent in Liberian dollars.
My people, I am very sorry. Our old people say anything you don't know is older than you, yeah? Forgive me for using my own daughter. In the street, while her sisters and brothers are in school. Don't carry me to the law. I will definitely put her in school. Everything I promised in the village, I will do it. My daughter, please forgive me.
Colin, thank you for this greater education.
My people, let's stand against child trafficking. Our children are our future. Don't use them as breadwinners.
This message is brought to you by YMCA Liberia with support from USAID and produced by Flomo Theatre Incorporated.
When I learn my book. My people, hello. Yeah, hello. Have you guys heard the latest news in town? No. What happened?
And what's the latest news?
Sika Motors have added a new brand of vehicle to their vehicle lines, and it is called Mitsubishi. It comes in pickups, SUV, and trucks. But what's coming from Sika Motors? And you know, we all running all the time, carrying heavy loads, and most times we spend money on other carriers, right? Yes, man. Then listen carefully. I heard Sika Motor Mitsubishi vehicles are very strong, sophisticated, pleasing designs, durable, extremely comfortable, and most importantly, they come with upgraded features which allows you to drive smoothly on damaged roads in both rural and urban areas. And this could lessen your expenses on spare parts. Oh yeah, that's true. But that's not all. Yeah, you're listening. Sika Motor also have spare parts for all their vehicles they are selling. So it will give you hard time to go look from garage to garage, from spare parts store to spare parts store. Yes, so you have heard all. You can now get stronger and comfortable Mitsubishi pickups, SUV, and trucks from Sika Motors. They are located on UN Drive and Seon Town, Bourgeois Island. Their email is sikamarketing@cfao.com.
For more information, you can contact Sika Motors on 0775-987758 or 0881-937000.
Sika Motors.
Would you like to learn how to type, how to print, how to create an email address, how to use the internet, how to repair your own computer, how to use your computer to your benefit? Then register now at Smart City Liberia, located at the intersection of Newport Street and UN Drive. Pick your own schedule, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 2 months at the cost of $100 USD. Don't study hard, study smart. Smart City Liberia. Our contact numbers are 0880-775927, 0778-021765. Smart City Liberia. Unlimited IT solutions.
LTC Mobile is now rolling out 4G network to homes and businesses. Pay for your device and get 1 free month unlimited data. No more interrupted internet and calls. Get a SIM card from any one of our offices on Broad Street, Cinco, or in Peaceville City. It's time. Switch to the real 4G. Capture the fun. Capture the moment.
It's yours 0220.
No more delays.
It's mine 0220.
No more intersection.
It's ours 0220.
No more interrupted calls. We move. LTC Mobile. Making tomorrow's connections today.
You're still making phone tip me, eh? You're still making phone tip me?
Joe, I thought you said you not get money in your tip me wallet. How come you just buying and buying? So you add me to me, right?
Sorry. Anything you don't know is bigger than you. But wait, let me let it cheese on you. All Tip Me and GD Bank customers can
do it now. I want to link my account and send money to my tipping wallet to buy airtime for my mom, LEC for our house, and call for cash delivery from Tip Me to pay my fees. No need to stress my beautiful self being in that long queue at the bank.
Just go to services on the app. Click on financial institutions. A plus sign will appear on the app. Click on it, follow the instruction, and thank me later.
Sure, that ain't you are bluffing me with? I finished doing my own. Tip Me back, they can make push and pull easy back.
Yes, now you can link your Tippy wallet to your GT Bank account and also your account to your wallet. Don't worry about tapping up to perform transaction and cashing out. Just do it the Tip Me way. Tip Me, your wallet is safe.
You're still making phone tip me, eh? You're still making phone tip me.
Welcome back to the OK Morning Rush on 99.5 OK FM from Liberia's capital. Monrovia is on the Monday, 11th April, and the year remains 2022. We are gradually moving on. Today is the birthday of Fatu Abigail Kamara of our staff. Happy birthday to you, Fatu Kamara. Of course, we wish you many, many, many more years to come. Those of you celebrating birthdays whose names we do not know, we like to say happy birthday to you. And I want to say a pre-happy birthday to Reverend Counselor at Law and Presidential Envoy, Dr. Larry Komlan Brople. Wednesday, that's April 13, is going to be your day. Mamadi Morris Kamara, following from Ninzo, Abba Bless Boy Howard wants me to say happy birthday to Fatu Kamara in his behalf. Tommy Nimland is watching from St. Paul Bridge. Joseph Emmanuel Stubblefield Jr. is following from Battersville. Moses Mullenberg II. Ada May Taylor, Battersville Estate. Ada is following us from Battersville. Kaifa Ballard from Johnsonville Community. That's Williams following from district number 11. Hilton Walejedo is following. He's saying happy birthday to Fatu Kamara. And Sukoman is greeting us. Flexible General from Bombing County, Abraham Political Motre Setu. He says, on behalf of my supporters on the most talk about Beku Be'ari blah blah. Well, he's greeting Fatu Kamara also. Jared Nyimpan is following us from South Korea. Senior brother Wongpei Do is following. Ladyberry S. Holder is watching from Matadi. Sylvester Nyokolo is following us from somewhere around Monrovia, Gatinersville area. Jefferson Brave Bad is there. Quan Con FC2. Zionla Cheil is following from Indianapolis, the U.S. Christianity. Lawrence T. Harris, Emmanuel Kuna Urefa, Isaac S. Molo, Wellington M.K. That's Beggy, Augustine F. Freeman is following. Maxwell Cover. And to all of you following us this morning, we like to say good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to other countries around Africa and find out, or some countries around Africa. If you didn't know, the Vice President of Nigeria, Osinbajo, has announced his bid for Nigeria's presidency on the ticket of the APC. President Muhammadu Buhari is not seeking another term because that is forbidden. That is not provided for by their constitution. Nigerian Vice President Yamin Osinbajo has formally declared his intention to contest in next year's presidential election. He hopes to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari, whose tenure ends in May next year. Professor Osinbajo, a lawyer, was elected as Mr. Buhari's deputy in 2015. In a short video posted on social media, he promised continuity in improving security and prioritizing the economy, infrastructure, fighting poverty, and reforming the justice system. He also praised his boss as a true Nigerian patriot and a servant of the nation. He took on to Twitter, and this is what he wrote. He says, I am today with utmost humility formally declaring my intention to run for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the platform of APC. Let's move on. An all-female media unit has been launched in Somalia with the aim of overturning stereotypes and combating challenges surrounding female journalists in the country. According to the UNDP, which launched the initiative, the unit is aimed at providing a space where women media professionals can work with real decision-making authority and free from harassment. The female-led unit, Dubdu Baland, which also means brink or bright and clear in Somali, is made up of 16 members. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. The Egyptian government has denied allegations made by the family of a 42-year-old economist and activist that he was forcibly disappeared in early February. The Interior Ministry said that a man had been placed in Sakratchet's unit for attempting to break into an apartment in the capital, Cairo, and carrying out what it called irresponsible acts. And in South Africa, several roads have been closed to the public around an area where the court is investigating or hearing corruption charges against former President Jacob Zuma. Mr. Zuma faces multiple charges of fraud, racketeering, and money laundering relating to a 1990 arms deal with a French company. He says the charges are a witch hunt by political rivals. Last July, violent protests broke out in parts of South Africa after Mr. Zuma was arrested in separate cases. And gunmen have attacked villages in Nigeria's Central Plateau State, killing at least 26 people, with more feared dead. The attackers on motorbikes stormed at least 4 remote villages on Sunday in Kana area in the state, shooting people dead. That's it from outside of the country, and I thought it was good to let you know about that. Good morning. Thanks to all of you for always joining us. What are the trending issues in Liberia? Of course, many things to talk about. Let's move and see where do we start our discussion from this morning. Look, this is something that I've started noticing, and I want to call on the Inspector General of Police this morning to say we beg you. You know the road from Rhyolite, their work going on the road from Rhyolite, and so it is making it impossible for people to use the main route from Rhyolite to Dubai Road Junction and from Dubai Road Junction onto ELWA Junction. So most of the vehicles will use the back path from Pakoping, come into Zizé community, venture into Dubai Road Junction, and then to come to town. Some of them will use the Dubai Road Market area, go to Zubata. And then the government is also doing some work from ELWA Junction up to Rabos International Airport. And so the road from ELWA Junction up to Shuffling area there, you know, the road is, the traffic is there. So please, because of that, people who are driving from the rehab, passing through Zubata to venture to Dubai Road Junction, they are left on their own. Most of the time, no police officers. So you see, everybody is just doing their own thing. In fact, that is a major route now because a lot of people try to dodge most of the places. So Inspector General, and then the road from Dubai Road Market area coming all the way to Dubai Road Market, the junction where when you stand right there, you can see Benson Hospital, and the other road there. The police people will always need to be over there. Other than that, when you leave the traffic with the drivers, everybody will just be on their own. No police around to restrict anybody. Anybody wants to park where they want to park, they park. Anywhere they want to drive, they drive. So it will be good if the police be around from the rehab area, between there, from rehab all the way up to Dubai Road Market there, and then you get 1 or 2 other police officers from Dubai Road Market to the main Dubai Road Junction there to regulate the traffic. terrible experience. A lot of people called me yesterday. Some people left from the Rehab area. Some of them got their churches around the Dubo Road belt. They spent almost 2-3 hours right in the traffic there. All because no police was there to regulate the traffic. Everybody doing his or her own thing. You know already how people can treat the traffic. Anybody can park anywhere. Anybody can move anywhere. So it will be a good thing for the police to try to do the regulation there. The Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Minister of National Defense, General Prince Charles Johnson III, are in the United States of America. They are there participating in a process. I think they went there to get some awards. I'm very sure of that. Yes, they went there to receive an award. You know, recently, both men were enlisted to benefit the award. Let me go here and read. I think I got a copy of this communication. This one is addressed to the Minister of National Defense. I think so. Major General retired Daniel Zianka, Minister of National Defense, Republic of Liberia, blah, blah, blah. Dear General Ziankan, I would like to formally invite you to participate in our April 12th International Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It is our request that you accept this invitation to be inducted in person during a formal ceremony to be held at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. So they wanted him there in person. So he will be inducted along with the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia. Our military is making us proud, not just in country, but also outside of the country. And so let me give you a list of some of the people who received those kinds of prestigious awards before, to tell you that, you know, our people making us proud. General Carlos Prats, Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Interior and Defense Ministry, the Vice President of the Republic of Chile. He's received that award before. Minister of State General Mohammed F. Mosak of Saudi Arabia. He has received that award before. Prime Minister and General Kingsak Chamanan of Thailand. Prime Minister and Brigadier General Lee Hamp Luns of Singapore. President Ghaffar Nimari of Sudan. And you know, a lot of people have received those awards before. Now, let's move on to the rights issue. You know, we are all living in this country. And so it will be good if we continue to speak the truth, or we spoke truth to each other. Last week I started saying something, and I will repeat it this morning, and I'll tell you the reason why. If you were following me last week, when the whole arresting started, I said something. I said, in the midst of everything, what matters is for the government of Liberia and the rights importers to sit and have a dialogue. Other than that, absolutely there will be no immediate solution to the problem. You listen to the report from Jackson for your fire this morning. And I am one, and I said this last week, and I'm saying it again today. I am one person with the conviction that there is no shortage of rice in the country. There is, I mean, that is my opinion, and I'm very sure that's the reality. I am convinced, I am convicted that there is no scarcity of rice in the market. I mean, in the country. I believe we have rice in Liberia, but the sellers, the importers, and the other, they are creating the scarcity on the market. Why? Because the price the government has released, these people do not want to sell their rice for the price government has stipulated, and they will not do it. I told you that price that government released, you hold that money in your hand, you pass all around, you will not get rice to buy. The last time they said the Commerce Inspector General Josephine David was selling rice she took some rice in Kakata and other places. Yeah, that thing, it will get people 1-2 hours at time being. Look, the importers do not want to sell the rice the government price. The people who can buy it and come do it on the market in a local shop and small, they will not sell the rice. The price the government release on the market, these people will not agree. The rice is in country, but you will not find it because the government and these people have to have a dialogue. They need to sit around the table. Listen, if the government force these people, because I think it was on Thursday, I was driving somewhere around the UN Drive. I saw Josephine David and few police people there trying to make sure the people bring the rest outside to sell. Fine. If the government force these people and the people, they reach the point where they are forced because you got police, everybody, they sell the rest. You know what they'll do? They will bring the rest outside. They will sell the rest. The press government wanted to sell the rest because maybe at that time, no option. But guess what? They will never import any rest again. Listen to me clearly. If it gets to the stage where the government twisting the people's hand, forcing them, they will bring all the rest outside. All of us will see the run the market will be buying it with the press government want us to buy it. When the ref finish, those people will not bring rest again. And you can force them to bring rest. So what needs to be done? And I'm saying this today. I know some of you will differ with me, but the reality will sink in. Just watch it. There will have to be a little bit of increment in the price of a bag of rice. Either 75 cents or dollar or 150 or $2. There would need to be, in order to get the rice on the market in shops and stores and other marketplaces, the government and the importers will have to sit around the table to agree to some kind of increment. I don't know where the people will do it. Watch my word. They think I'm saying the reality, it will fit in. And we need to brace ourselves. You know, let me tell you something. No government wants to, rice in Liberia is a political commodity. We have a bad history about rice situation in the country. I need not to tell you that. Rice is a political commodity. That is the reason why the president was so much sensitive. He had to go to the free pool to inspect the warehouse to say, oh, even though I differ with him when he talks about the journalists raising for Allah. The truth is, the rice is in the country, but people not seeing the rice. And because this is a political commodity and our country's staple, the government will not want to sit to allow the people increase the rice price. But where we going now, no option. The only thing the government can do is to sit with these people to say, for example, maybe you want to add $3. We beg you, man. You can add $3. You know what the government will do? We will pump in something like 5 million, we'll pump in 9 million, we'll pump in 10 million. Instead of adding $3, we'll do small subsidy, we'll do something. Then you can add at least $1 or 150. But trust me, something needs to be added. The way the situation is. And I want to be real, but I don't want to pretend. I want to brace the population for what we see. The same thing started with the gas situation. Today, it has not changed. We are buying gas, the price we were never buying gas before. The rest issue, that is a reality that we should brace ourselves for. Other than that, when the government force these people, they will sell the rest to us, but when the rest finish, they will not import any rice. Then the situation will be terrible. Then it means you and myself will not even get rice to buy. So we need to brace ourselves. These are natural things that will happen. We need to brace ourselves. I don't know what the negotiation will be. I don't know what the increment will be. I don't know how much they will add. But just by reasoning and understanding all the things that are going on, I have a strong feeling that the only way to do this thing, the government have no option right now to sit with these people to negotiate. Other than that, if you force these people to do what they're not supposed to do, they will bring the red outside. But just watch my word. When the current consignment finish in the country, you will see how the people will bring red. So there needs to be negotiation, and the population must brace itself, because if we were buying bag of rice $2,300 or $2,250, because I know I bought the last time I ever bought rice was around $2,250. My brother, that thing may likely go up to 2004 or 2005, around 2006. We should brace ourselves. We should brace ourselves. The government don't want it to be that way. I can understand, because this thing is a political commodity. The government will not want it to be that way. Man, I can just understand. But It is difficult. It is difficult. If the government telling these people not to increase the price of rice, it will be difficult for us to find a commodity all over. If the government continue to tell these people, don't increase the price of rice because of maybe politics, because it's unstable, and people will say, oh, the government not increase the right price. The reality is, if the government continue to tell the people, sell the price that we release to the public, these people will hold back. Or I say, when it gets to the stage where the people think government forcing them, they will sell the rice. But to get in another commodity of rice, to get another consignment of rice, it will be difficult. Very, very difficult. You say Clarence said it. So what is rational is for the government and these people to sit to agree to some kind of increment. I'm a human being, so I'm saying it. All of us should brace ourselves. I know people are devalued. All of us, you have the right to differ with me. You have the right to say what you want to say. But I am telling you what I think. Yo. Perhaps maybe we have to go to $16.50 for retail price for 25 kgs like somebody is recommending. But the right price will not remain the way it is. Just take it from me. That one no more thing. The government have no option. The government continue to tell these people not to increase the price of rice. That is the reason why you are not seeing the rice on the market. So the government needs to go back. Look at the strategy over. You know, sometimes the government is so concerned about how the people will be angry, but the reality must fit in. And the government must be bold and clear to the people to say, you know what, where we have reached, we and the importers will have to negotiate so that small thing is added on the rice price so that we get the rice available in country. Other than that, you know, two things involved here. Not getting the rice available at all, voices, getting the rice available, but small thing will idle. That's where we are. And we should brace ourselves for it. Let's move on, my friends. You know, my own finish talking there. That's how I see you. The way you see it, you. The last time the legislature we heard rejected the ArcelorMittal agreement and sent it back to the executive for renegotiation because it is the right of the executive under our laws to negotiate. And probably one of the legislators, I don't know whether it has sent it or when it comes back from its break, it will send it. And then the executive will have to sit with ArcelorMittal to look in some of the issues, to renegotiate. Most of the lawmakers think that this is the best thing to do because, as a matter of fact, we have to include some of the cries of our people. Some people say, you know, as a matter of fact, ArcelorMittal have got 9 more years. Why are they asking for 25? And as far as implementation of the existing agreement is concerned, following the 2007 amendment, ArcelorMittal is supposed to have done X, Y, and Z in some of the places. ArcelorMittal is not doing it. So we should be careful. We want to know as to whether ArcelorMittal has done some of the things it will do. Look, I always say, ArcelorMittal operating in the country here, we cannot allow ArcelorMittal to just sit here and do anything it wants to do. When ArcelorMittal make particular promises in the agreement to say we will do X, Y, and Z, it is the responsibility of the government through the executive to ensure enforcement that the company does exactly what it says it will do. However, we should be careful in a way that there will be mutual understanding between the government and ArcelorMittal, so that you be careful, so that the company don't think that you're trying to squeeze it up. Yes, I agree. The argument could be not because we want job, not because we want company in the country, so the company must sit down here and do all kind of things. Yes, I agree with you, but also we also need to be careful too as we go about making those statements and doing everything, because negotiation will have to take place. Negotiation will have to take place, and most of us have not had this ArcelorMittal existing agreement with the government of Liberia, the one these people signed way back. There are a lot of things in those agreements when you read and you carry to people, they educate you as far as comprehension is concerned, and they tell you some of the things. Then you will check break a little bit and not come in it with emotions and sentiment. Because in most of the areas in the agreement, ArcelorMittal got too much rights. And this thing is a law. This thing is a law. We have to be careful. Probably if the judge, we have government thinks that, ArcelorMittal is doing some of the things it should not have done, maybe it will resort to arbitration. Going to court. It means everything will be stored. It means probably ArcelorMittal will close down to say, but the government of Liberia has taken all the court, so we have to close down. It means ArcelorMittal will sack everybody because they have to focus on the court process. It means that they will lay out all of the workforce. Then people will start crying for employment. I just been rational and realistic to my conscience this morning. Then people will start crying about, ArcelorMittal not closed because government took the people to court. We all are Liberians. In some instances, some of us, the same people who talking all the things will start saying, the government knew, the government just will lead the thing, let the people be here. How people are getting their daily bread and blah, blah, blah. And, it's not court process. It's not a small process. The government will have to go to Washington to hire a lawyer, or London, maybe 15, 16, $20 million is going to cost the government. And it's not going to be 1-2 year thing. It's going to be a whole haul. There is something in that agreement, in the existing agreement. There is a clause there called the third-party access. I want to focus on it a little bit this morning. There is a clause in our ArcelorMittal existing agreement called the third-party access. Let me tell you some of the things that are part of that provision. It's called the third-party access to the railroad and the Buchanan Iron Ore Port. The third-party access to the railroad and the Buchanan Iron Ore Port. This is in the agreement. That the agreement. The lawmaker then in the 52nd, they want to pass the thing way back. 1. The government shall, in consultation with the concessionaire, the government shall, in consultation, it means the government can't do it on her own. If it has said the government may, in consultation, it would have been descriptional. But this provision is saying the government shall. So it means the government can do it on her own. The government shall, in consultation with the concessionaire, and on reasonable notice to the concessionaire, authorize third parties' use of access capacity of the railroad and the Buchanan Iron Ore Port, provided that the concessionaire confirms that access capacity exists. The government of Liberia shall, and the government of and the concessionaire must confirm. You see the words? They think are law. As long as I'm on conference, say, yeah, okay, what are you asking for? We got it available. The government shall, in consultation with the concessionaire and on reasonable notice to the concessionaire, authorize third parties' use of access capacity of the railroad and the Buchanan Iron Ore Port, provided that the concessionaire confirms that access capacity exists, and third-party use of such access capacity does not unreasonably interfere with the efficient and economic conduct of the operations. So as ArcelorMittal, government will be asking, well, any way we can do, any way, any other person can come to do the other small thing. ArcelorMittal will say, yeah, we got a capacity. Yeah, there exists some kind of thing they must come. Or, no. It will temper with our operation. So, no, we can't agree. Let's go to 2. The technical and commercial terms for such third-party use of the access capacity of the railroad and or the Buchanan Iron Ore Port shall be mutually agreed to in good faith among the government, the concessionaire, and such third parties in accordance with accepted international industrial standards. A formula. So you see, the government must agree, ArcelorMittal must agree, and the other people that. But that go way down here. That go to number 5. there shall be constituted a committee with 5 members. 2 members of the committee shall be appointed by the government, and 2 members shall be appointed by the concessionaire, in this case ArcelorMittal. The final member shall be appointed jointly by the government and the concessionaire. 5 members. It means government will appoint 2, ArcelorMittal will appoint 2. Then the government, ArcelorMittal, will have to sit to discuss, to agree to appoint the last person to make it 5. Yeah. The committee shall hear and review all complaints regarding third-party access in and third-party modernization or expansion of the railroad and or Buchanan iron output, and shall forward its recommendation together on the explanation of its. So you see, so the first thing is, yeah, the government must do it in consultation with the concessionaire ArcelorMittal, and they talk about reasonable notice here. Reasonable notice to the concessionaire, authorized third-party use of access capacity of the railroad. So one other company come in and say, oh, we want to use the railroad. Yeah, the government must inform ArcelorMittal, say, oh, we get one other company coming, they want to use the railroad and thing. Is there space? Can they use it? ArcelorMittal must confirm. Say, yeah, they can come. Or no, the way we see it, we don't have capacity yet because it will jeopardize, it will interfere with our operation. So you see, when the way we discussing the ArcelorMittal thing, when we need to read the ArcelorMittal, they exist. That's not the job we are government negotiated the one, that the past government. I see why the whole ArcelorMittal thing here, you know, it's just taking some time. The government careful with it, they playing around, because all these things are law. You can't just grab ArcelorMittal and you just turn it around and say you must do the one, you must do the one. When our own lawmakers, when our own government, our own country, we put all these things in the law to get it out, it's a process, my friend. So that just surface talking we can be doing most of the time. I'm saying we as a country, as a nation. But you see, just a few lands are rare. You see the kind of plenty of rights the company have. So we're talking about the road and the port of Buchanan. So these people have to negotiate. They have to sit and negotiate. The only thing maybe the government can say, no, but ArcelorMittal, when you people sign a thing, are way back, man. You can't, I mean, everything, times are evolving, times are changing. We need to live with reality. ArcelorMittal say, yeah, but we know, but the law is the law. Then the government say, no, but then what we do, we need to take them out of the court. ArcelorMittal say, fine, fair enough. You go to court. So we shut down the company because we need to focus on the court process, because government has taken us to court. It means that all of the Liberian in our I'm just saying, just in case. And I just being real. I'm just being real. Having read, you know, these lands, folks. This is the OK Morning Rush. 8 o'clock this morning, we'll move on. We'll take our course until 8:20. 8:20, I will talk to former NEMA Superintendent Edith Gunglo from the U.S. She wants to respond to some of the things Senator Jeremiah Cohn said, mentioning her name the other day. It will take us up to 8:30. 8:30, the office of First Lady Claire Marie Rhea will be here through a spokesperson, I'm sure, Actors Douglas, to talk about a delegation ceremony that will take us up until 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, you know, the other time we invited the other side in the MPP conflict. Andrew Peters and Josh Moluba were here, and I thought my conscience would not have rested until we get to the other side too. So this morning we will be hosting one Erasmus, is that his name, Daniels? He's the chairman of a group called the MPP Reform Movement. He sees it differently, and so he will be our guest at 9 o'clock to talk to us about some of the MPP issues unfolding in the party. And so that's how the situation is. Those are the kind of reality we need to know. And by the time we know these things, then when we're discussing the ArcelorMittal Development Agreement, all these things, we will be careful, because these things, there are a lot of things involved. Sometimes the people don't want to say it to make the population to feel somehow, but we have to say it because That is the reality. It's good for you to let the people know what's going on. If most of the Liberians, have copies of these kinds of agreement and the reading it and comprehension is taking place, they will not discuss it the way they're discussing it. So the government don't have, in most cases, too much exclusive right to do so many things. Let me read something Senator Abraham Darius Dillon posted on his page. He says, COVID-19 compulsory testing fees, time to adjust. This is what Dillon posted. It was very understandable at the height of COVID-19 that passengers traveling the globe were required to prove negative of COVID-19 as a condition to travel. To ensure this, travelers were charged and made to pay compulsory testing fees. To do the tests and obtain results before leaving and entering Liberia. The same condition applied to many countries around the world. Now that vaccines have been provided to the world by the World Health Organization, the US, and other friendly nations, governments around the world are taking steps to alleviate the extra financial burden imposed upon travelers by removing testing fees for those that are fully vaccinated. In West Africa, the governments of Nigeria, Ghana, and Sierra Leone have announced steps to alleviate this burden of travelers leaving and entering their countries. The condition not to pay COVID-19 testing fees any longer is display of vaccination card as proof that a traveler has been fully vaccinated. As the legislature is on Easter break, and for which reason we are not meeting in plenary session until our return early next month, I am using this medium to call attention of the executive branch via the Ministry of Health to consider honor good achievement or advancement the people-driven actions of our sisterly countries. The Liberian government must act to remove payment of testing fees for travelers that are fully vaccinated so as to help save them the extra financial burden imposed since the outbreak of the pandemic in Liberia in the year 2020. If nothing is done in said direction until we, the legislature, returns from Easter break, I will raise this before the Senate in plenary for appropriate redress. So help me God. So Senator Darius Dillon wants the government to relax the payment of, I think it's $75 on people who are traveling outside or coming to the country as this COVID-19 testing fees. But he insists that this should be dependent on the display of a fully vaccinated record. So when the person is fully vaccinated, what are in outside of the country, Senator Dillon says the person should not pay $75 because people were paying the money because the government was using that to ensure people get vaccinated. But people are getting vaccinated now, and the thing is subsiding, and other countries are removing things, so Liberia should follow suit. That is his appeal. But he says if the Ministry of Health doesn't do that until they return early in May, he will have no other alternative but to place that on the plenary floor of the Liberian Senate for discussion. Folks, that's it. So let's brace ourselves for the rice price. The price is going to go up. Trust me, the price is not going to remain where it is. The people are not going to sell their rice the price the government said they must sell their rice. That one I joke, they will not do it. I insist that there is not shortage of rice in the country, but the people are holding back because they do not want to sell their rice the price. So the government and the people have to negotiate. If the $1 or $2, I think the price now is at $13 something. Probably it might go up to $16, $15, but I know it will go up. So I'm saying we should brace ourselves for it because that is the reality. The government don't want it to go up. The government, but no option right now. If you allow the people to carry up, you force them to say everything the revenue, they will not bring another, they will not bring rest. And I said, in the Asla mentality, the government will have to be strategic. The executive will have to be strategic, and the legislature will also have to be. I'm not saying when the executive does the renegotiation and send it to you, you must just pass it. But I read these things this land to remind the lawmakers that you must have the Asla mental agreement and read it very, very carefully before you take a decision. Because there are a lot of things our legislature and the government at the time put in favor of the company. Let's open the lines now on 0777-700-995, 0770-942-817, and the women line is here 0886-458-902. These are the number. And a number I don't call it. I may likely not take you. What's going on here with this line? Let me see what I can talk to this caller. Hello. Oh my God. Let me go. I'm not seeing something I'm supposed to be seeing. I'm not seeing it here. Zaina JD, just hold the line. I'll continue with you. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, boss man. Boss man, hold on small. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Brother Clarence.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Aaron Cherry, and I call from Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. You know, there's a lot of fan of, you know, but I like how you speak. Yeah. You know, we just relaxed. Our country just relaxed in the COVID fair. They don't making no step. Other countries around the world taking steps towards that. Just what he said. You can't be 40% and still paying $70. Just imagine if you are a struggling family, right? And you have about 10 or 15, or maybe 7 are traveling. 75 times 7, you know how many person spending already? And we're making no step towards that. Why you 40% there? That's not right. They got to make adjustment to that. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Let me get you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Chiso.
Good morning.
Yeah, let me say good morning to the people in radio there. This is Jack Nikomo, and I joined the national conversation for this business.
Yeah.
There are several certain points that to stress on this morning, but my attention has been drawn to the issue of the rights issue. Yeah, Bishop, let me say that the Nigerian government needs to that they can negotiate with the dealer in making sure that the citizens get rights. Because you notice over the period of time that things hasn't been easy when it comes to the right issue. Going forward to the fact that the rights has become a stable food in this country, and looking at the historicity of right what he has done, I think that the government should make it a responsibility to see how best that they can negotiate with the right dealer to see how best the people can get rights. That's not how things should go on the road. Thank you for putting me in the opportunity.
Oh yeah, my brother. Yeah, that one. No, 0777 0770-942-817, 0886-458-902. What's the 55 line? 0555-995-995. These forms are developing. I don't know. Sometimes the thing is so stuff. Call us. Let's take a call right here on the different numbers right here on the show this morning. 555-995-995 is also available, so you can call us. Let's take a call on this. Hello.
Good morning, this is Maya Kufa.
Kufa, good morning.
Yes. For me, the real problem of rice prices, let's come up with this tariff. Then that's what we need to do. But when the tariff is set up, automatically, the people will let the price of the rice up.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. When you hear me talking about negotiation and all those things will be involved. Hello.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Java saying STL calling from my district, District 12, the district where I live in. Yeah, to the issue related to the rights, I think our government needs to do their best, to raise the law and see their best to see the serious harassment that is going on. You see people in the street fighting to get rights. And I think that we seem to be the rights in the country. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, let me take this call right here. Can we take you? Yeah, go ahead. Hello. Yeah, good morning.
To the people of Liberia. My name is Opi O'Neill Johnson, and I joined the conversation with the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau in Dokome this morning. Well, Clarence, let me appreciate you for the several thematic issue you spoke about. I think basically my attention is drawn to the issue of the rest, Clarence, I think is laudable for the Ministry of Commerce and other institutions that are responsible to regulate the rest issue, because rest in Liberia is a serious political commodity, Clarence. In April 14, 1979, we know what's happening in this country was as a result of our people not having sufficient rights. And I hope that this government, under President Weah, will be very robust in addressing the issue of rest, because as we get towards the 2023 elections, the government needs to do everything humanly possible to ensure that these issues are being resolved, because if the people are not fed, Clarence, if the people are hungry, how do the government expect them to go to the polls by 2023? So the government
Okay.
of Liberia
Thank you,
must
Chief.
now address the
Thank you, Chief. Let's go here and take you. Hello,
Good morning, Clarence. Chalawa Temple.
Deputy Minister Jalawatumbo. Let's hear you.
Good morning. I call you for two reasons. One, I call you because I listened to your news this morning and I heard Mr. Cummings, his statement he made. And not to be sarcastic, but I'd like to see Mr. Cummings.
But why you call the news team to respond?
No, I called the news team and they didn't pick up. I called the news team repeatedly, they didn't pick up. Mr. Cummings, let him face his corruption, the academic, I call the academic corruption charge that he's facing now in court. Let him settle that issue before you come and question government authority here on the issue of corruption.
No, there is no law. He got moral.
He got no moral. This is a very good temper with
No,
this is what
Mr. Minister, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If you know our laws in this country, there is something called a presumption of innocence. Mr. Cummings has been accused. He is not guilty. He has never. Akami, Minister Akami. I don't know why you. I will get it. I don't know where you coming from. Where nobody get moral. Cummings is presumed innocent until otherwise proven in a court of competent jurisdiction. That doesn't stop him from speaking out of what he thinks your government is doing. Go ahead.
And in the same thing, I'm telling him that he should face that charge and clear himself of that corruption charge that he faced at the court before you even come to question somebody. You can't be preaching that you had somebody got debt in his eye when yourself got a debt eye.
No debt in Cummings' eye.
Clarence?
Yeah.
From around the cycle, it is glaring.
No, nothing is glaring yet. Jalawa, no, you are a deputy minister of the government. You can't talk like the ordinary people anymore. Nothing is glaring yet. The only way you can say something is glaring until Cummings is proven guilty. Otherwise, any thought you talk like that.
Please listen to me. I said it is glaring that he was charged and he's facing our charges. That's what I'm saying. I said it's glaring.
My man, don't change us. Why you call it glaring? But everybody in the country know Cummings was charged and he's being prosecuted. So what glaring about it?
So let me face the prosecution. After the prosecution, if it's clear of that prosecution, then he can come with a clean hand.
No, but prosecution does not negate the fact that he can speak out about issues affecting the country in his opinion.
Clarence,
Yeah.
He cannot back Clarence, let's say, Cummings in this case.
No, I'm not backing Cummings. I'm playing the role of a journalist. Any journalist does this. I'm serving the public.
And I'm also playing the role of a citizen who should be questioning somebody who got...
No, you're not playing the role of any ordinary citizen. You are playing a role as a deputy minister of government. So that one, I understand. Make it clear, minister.
Deputy minister of the government is a citizen.
Is a citizen in a different category.
And so in my capacity, I'm asking him to keep quiet that he got no moral.
It depends on your nomenclature in my Nelson Kokwe voice. Mr. Minister, thank you. Mr. Minister, thank you so much. The superintendent of Nima kind of say, my man, where's your nomenclature? Hello?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, former Superintendent Doc Cooper. Let's hear you.
Yes, I can't thank you this morning for reading a portion of the OMG of Atomica. But you know the Atomica...
You say O?
Yeah.
No, they want existing.
I'm coming.
Oh.
You really, which one you reading? Because we have the Atomica MD of 2002, rectified in 2006. We have the reverse one in 2007 and 2008. I don't know which one is the
Yeah, the one is a provision in the exist. I say existing, so it means the one they got now, the current one, Mr. Dokubo. Go ahead.
No, you are reading from the 2007. That's why I want to bring your attention. Please go back and see. You are reading for 2007.
You therefore, what's your point you want to make, Chief? But I know why I'm reading is in the existing agreement. Yeah.
Yes, the 2011 changed that particular provision that you are reading right now. And that's why this current agreement, after that, is bringing the 2000 agreement, copy of the 2007 agreement back into this new one so that it can be incorporated. That's the argument we have. The argument that I've failed to perform to the therefore they cannot open. And that's that particular provision that you just read this morning was deleted and that has been changed in 2011.
No. I will go back. I insist that what I have is in the existing agreement. But thank you, Doc. Thank you. But I know what I just read is in the existing. That is the third party access clause in the existing agreement. Let me take somebody who was on this line. Let me take my flower man. Ray, you may flower man will make it. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Hey, I read the minute flower myself.
Uncle, I'm making flower with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and when you're making the flower, you gotta be prepared to pay the fine account after making flower with your uncle publicly.
Uncle, yeah, and I thought I said I'm not again.
Oh, okay, thank you. So my name is Charles Roberts, and I'd like to say thanks to the former superintendent who just called. I thought I have myself has on this agreement. Even though I don't know what you're reading, I don't have it. Well, for you to say,
I disagree with him anyway.
Yeah, you disagree, but I'm not authority, so
hey, but lead that team, man. All can get document with authority. The man, that former authority, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, currently, I also want you to investigate. Please, after I drop the line, I can send you 1 or 2 points in names, and you know that you talk to all the rest issue.
Okay.
The rest issue that you talk about negotiation, I think negotiation was done before. According to my information, the legislator. The government has negotiated with the rest importer to not let resting and not just now. They want to add a press on long time. The government know you cannot do it because when you do it, it will cost problem for us as the government. So what we do, we can subsidize. Why for what reason you want to add a press on and negotiate that? And they went to the legislator and they gave them 7 million, last 7 million, 200% in it. They didn't reach the rest importer. Today you ask 1 or 2 legislators, they can tell you, they can confirm what I'm telling you.
And you know, and no, I'm not denying it either, Charles. I know there were negotiations, right? The point I'm making is, up till now, the importers have not accepted the negotiation that the government had. That is the reason why the situation it is. So they have to go back on the boat.
No, I'm sorry. They not accept them, but the money did not reach to them.
No, that one, I really don't have facts. Because what I know is that the government is contemplating on making available some $7-9 million, but I'm not sure.
$7 million was given by the legislature to the executive and
Okay.
It did not reach to the rest importer.
Sensitive information, Charles. We need to reach out on that.
We need to do that.
But if there are in a country here, if you were to call, you know, you can take phone and just call the speaker or the deputy speaker. Please do it for me. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. That's what I like. So we can know who pocketed the money if it is true. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Karen. This is Emmanuel Dabolo.
Good morning, Dabolo.
Yes, I follow you on the rest issues. I think your analysis was just up to that. Reference to the negotiations between the government and the importer. One of the rest buyers go to the photo buy.
Okay.
Florence, if it was agreed upon between the importers and the government, you can go, they say you should buy only 50 bags.
Yeah.
50 bags that you are buying.
Yeah.
You got to buy the one that you don't want and the one that you want. And we've been buying more than 800 bags and 700 bags. So you go, they reduce you to 50 bags. Do you think if you didn't get up there, you go to demand, just a common demand and supply rule. When the more the goods is in demand, they higher the price.
That one is simple economics.
You see people
negotiation. I think that the Inspector General should not be going. The more important thing is to serve with the importers. Understand they apply, take their plight to the president or take their plight to the minister, so they all can sit down on the drawing table. But if you just want to say, I will close your area, then you go in the street, that means you are more reactive as being proactive.
Okay, all right, Diabolo. Yeah, Bolo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, watch my wall. I mean, the government right now they get options. They have to negotiate. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clara.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Clara, thank you so much for this topic. The government is not honest to us. Government is very, very much dishonest. Under no condition, Clarence, you will get rest now for $13.50. That is far from the reality. And the president will be able to address these issues because he went to the warehouse and he made mention that under no condition, rest price will go up. Rest price will go up. If rest price does not go up, meaning that you have to pay for extra costs. That's just common sense. If you don't pay for the extra costs, rent price will go up. If it doesn't go up, there will be crisis. Because the people will not pay more money that they can sell it less.
Now, so for example, Archie, what I'm getting from government sources is that the government will have to be paying something like a subsidy of $15 million annually. And the government A2 is careful because the government don't know when this thing will stop.
Thank you. So, that's why you have to be honest. If you don't want to pay that money, meet with them, get the invoices. If like $1, if like $1.50, let everybody go by their business. But if you send the Inspector General to go and start ushering the full rent, yeah, they will lose for that period of time. But when they stop feeding in warehouse, what happens when they stop? Because you got to
and that's my point. When they start feeding in warehouse, they will not bring it.
Thank you very much. Because right, when they see that when they bring it, they will not cover their costs. So if I'm not making profit, no need to do the business.
Okay, Archie, thank you. Listen to me. When I open the line now, I want us to focus on something particular. Let me gauge the views of Liberian this morning. It will take 8 minutes to do that, or 10 minutes. Let me hear from you whether you want the government to negotiate with these people to increase the price of rice so that it can be available. Do they want, let's put aside politics, let's put aside sentiment, just be real with the reality on the ground. What do you think? Government should increase the price, put something small away so the rest can be available or what? But I'm taking a very short break to be back. When I come back, that's what we'll focus on until I take either Ganglo away. And you know I'm playing this song because of a particular reason. So emotional this morning, man. Judah crying already. Oh yeah, so when I open the line, you will call me and tell me whether you want the government to increase the price. Whether government and the people can negotiate to put money there. Because the way it is, the rest is not available. The people will not sell the bread, the government said it will sell the rice. So we between increment in the prayer voice, yeah, y'all leave it the way it is, then we can get it right. But I'm the one talking anyway. When I come back, I will open the lines and then we can talk about it, folks. This is the morning rush. Oh, this Nigerian musician is dead. We understand she died after persistent domestic violence. Oh, what women go through, man. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh my God. My word. You are the living God. There is no one like thee. You are the living God. Oh, there is no one like thee. Oh my God. This is so emotional. Her name is Osanachi Wachukwi. I hope I'm pronouncing it. Died from domestic violence. Was brutalized by her husband. That's what her friends have been saying. You are a living God. There is no one like thee. You are a living God. There is no one like thee. Oh yes. When I'm happy, that's what I do, man. Ooh. So let's bring down the music, because we could do more of this, man. Our sympathy to her family, her kids, her relatives, and the friends and the people of Nigeria. You are a living God. There is no one like thee. Oh God. So call us now. This is the OK Morning Rush on 99.5. Tell me, do you want the Liberian government to work with the importers of rice in this country to, increase the price of the commodity? Or what do you think? Let's talk to you. Hello?
Yes. Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
And, in the midst of pleasant morning to listeners following the conversation.
Yeah.
I am Emmanuel Kunusi, and I call you from my residence along the Bekupe Avenue into community.
Emmanuel, just tell us quick, what's your take?
Yeah, Clarence, the issue with respect to the red situation, for me, I think, Clarence, the government of Liberia needs to meditate and negotiate or discuss with the red importers, but this is how I see it, Clarence. Of recent, I saw the comment inspector.
listen, Emmanuel, we're not discussing our. We're talking particularly. Do you think the government working with these people to put something small on the rice price, it will make the rice available on the market or what? That's the question now. Yeah.
What I think is that it is about time that the government look in the direction of empowering other Liberian businesses to import rice so that the government.
But my man, another question there. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Good morning. What do you think? I asked a particular question. What do you think?
Thank you for having me. This is Top Executive Member of the International Alliance of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, you know and I know that nobody here government have been providing subsidy to ensure.
Tabla, please. I got another call to take, and I got my guest coming up. Do you want government to increase the? No, I want too much explanation, my man. Yes, please. No, listen now. Listen, I'm not accepting too much explanation. I want to take many colors. Yeah.
We are asking the government to consent. So now the government begin to provide.
The government will do, my man, Baba, I'm sorry. As a particular question, I want many colors. Do we agree? Is it rational for the government to tell the people to ask more money on the rice so that the rice will be available? Hello?
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Peter and Tigers. I'm calling from Congo Town.
Quick question, Peter, then go ahead.
No, but Karen, before you can say yes, I'm looking out of your reason.
No, then we can go. We gotta go. Listen now, I got my guests to take 8 o'clock. I'm just trying to seek public opinion on the thing. When everybody explaining the pros and the cons, will not go anywhere. Before you call, you must have done that analysis personally. Then you just call and get your response.
No, but because the rest, they say having any reason for rest price to be increased. Is it because gas price will also increase?
So what do you think?
Well, I don't think that government have to increase rest price.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to you here. Hello?
Morning, Clarence.
Yeah, Chief.
Okay, this is Archie Sano.
Yeah, quickly, please.
Thank you very much. You made the mention to be rational. Rational behavior.
Yeah.
Or rational thinking. There are two ways. If government cannot increase, she must provide the additional cost.
So what do you think?
If government knows that she doesn't have the money, increase of price will not be exploitative.
Okay, thank you. Achisano wants government to increase the price. Ask him, let's be rational. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Karen. This is Emmanuel Dabolo.
Yeah, Dabolo. What do you think?
I think we should fit in current day situation instead of all living in the past. Considering the current economic situation globally. I think government should negotiate with the importer. Even if it is 50 cents dollar that will be added. And no one should fool the Liberian indicating that when even little price is added, we will revert to the 1979.
So in your opinion, it's good for all to add something there?
Yeah, we need to add something because Sierra Leone Guinea is building on our low income. They come in here for rent.
Okay, Emmanuel.
So the pressure is high on the rent that coming in our country.
Okay, thank you. Emmanuel Diabolo is a rest dealer in Bon County. He thinks the government should negotiate and add something so that the commodity must be available. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Clara.
Good morning.
Clara, this is McLean Reno, and I don't call for district. That was a big start on the everything.
Let's hear you too.
Clara, your question is asked is a pure rhetorical question.
Okay.
But give me a minute to
No, sir. I beg you, sir. That's why I'm saying before you call, you must do your own analysis. So when you call, you have an informed position. I really don't have chance for people doing analysis on the show.
Let me try to get it down quickly. With less than 90+ hours to go, so they come for me in this country.
Bossman, Papa, man, you're not ready. That's not what I'm talking about yet. Hello?
Good morning, Director Clarence.
Good morning. Tell us your response.
My name is Christopher Yedaya. I'm calling from the borough of Newtown.
Yeah.
Director Clarence, let me speak sincerely to the discourse. Let me be frank. Government has no talent on rest. And there is no justifiable reasons for which the importer has demanded the equipment on the
So what do you think, Chief?
My thing is, let the press react.
Okay, let it pray remain as it is. That's what I want here. Hello? Hello? Hello, yeah? Oh, hello? Okay, you call, you're not paying attention, so we gotta let you go. Let me take a few more. Let's gauge the views of Liberians here. Hello?
Good morning, Bizo.
Yeah, call your name. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, that government sits on a round table with the red dealers. So not to increase the fare for yellow.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning. Hold on. I'm okay.
My people did to me. The new family member can thank you. So I think if there is only suggestion for them to put a little thing here, they would be better to have it than not to have it.
Okay, Omar. Thank you. Thank you. My Rose Baker thinks they should increase it in order to have it or instead of not having it. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. Yeah?
Yes, this is Santos. I'm calling from Bogota.
Doctors, what your phone name?
I'm Santos.
Yeah, doctors, let's hear you. What your owner say?
My owner talks now in right in our video food in Nigeria. And we know the history about
Doctors, let all of us know the whole history then. Just tell what you think.
Yeah, we don't need any additional money to be added to right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let me talk to you. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Mark Doko.
Yeah, Dogo,
And
quickly.
I'm a member of the Intellectual Alliance. Now, Clarence, to your question, during the inception of this government,
Mago,
the government...
Mark, I'm here for lecture. No basis. You can't be the only person laying basis here. I stop others. I want to go.
Okay, this is the thing. The rest press should remain the same.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mark Dogo. Thank you right here. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
Looking down this morning.
Yeah.
You as a journalist, can you do the investigation?
Boss man, hello. The investigation and not one person can do it. Please just answer the question and answer. We'll talk about another time. Do you think government should negotiate with these people to get small money over the right or it remain the way it is?
Government should never negotiate because
Oh,
there's no
government should never negotiate? All right, thank you. Hey, man, you know the repercussion of what you're talking about. Government should never negotiate. Hello? Hello? Hello there.
Hello,
Yeah?
I am saying the government will negotiate with the red dealers so they are small things that
Okay.
will have the rest in the market.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, yeah? Let's talk to you. Hello? Oh, my God, my word. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm Emmanuel M. Tupac Jr. I call you this morning for the intellectual class.
Negotiate to add small thing or it remain the way it is?
Well, Clarence, as it is, government constraint, I think there should be some negotiation around the table. And because retailers...
No, listen, that forgot negotiate to add something or negotiate so it will remain. Yeah.
There should be a negotiation to add little...
To add little something on it. Hello? Hello, yeah. If you're there, we'll take you out. Hello? Good morning, yeah. Jessica, let hear you. Okay, she don't think it's necessary. It means it should remain the way it is. Even though it is the way it is, we can't even see it now. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, madam.
Clarence, one thing about you, you like to bring serious matter to the people, and one thing I'll tell you about you.
Okay.
This is very serious.
Very serious, oh.
Rest is essential to our people. Nobody will stay on the radio that government shouldn't negotiate. The pornography is on the ground now. People want to use that means to conquer the government. I'm saying let government negotiate with the business dealers or the rest dealers to make sure they come on the table to see how they can help them. Thanks so much for this opportunity.
Okay, let's go here. Government should never negotiate. What? Hello? Yeah? Yeah. Robin Connor, you the final man. Say your own quick. Negotiate to add something or it remain the way it is.
I think based on the sub-region, how food prices, I think we need to add a little bit so they can match the regional situation.
Okay, we should ask more thing. You could have been rational sometimes. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah?
This is
Okay.
I want the government to add $1.25 to make it $14.75.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The Omente government Anthony, because it's good for the team to be around for to be seen. Hello.
Morning, Pizzo.
Good morning.
God give us here.
Yeah.
I think upward adjustment is key. Government should negotiate for upward movement based on the global indicators.
Upward adjustment is key here in this one here. Hello. Hello. Okay, we gotta go. The one-time Super Morning Show, Arthur Douglas is here. The event when the newsmaker himself, I mean when the newscaster or the man who writes the news becomes the newsmaker, the case of this man. We'll talk about First Lady Claire-Marie Weir and this new Army wife facility delegation. We'll talk about it coming up very shortly. Down and take Arthur Douglas, the head of communications in the office of First Lady Claire-Marie Weir. We'll be talking about the dedication of a facility, and this is a statement, and I know it was actually something for the Mika press briefing. And I know probably my friend Arthur Douglas read this one. Permit me to convey to you warm greetings from the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Mother of the Nation, Ambassador Claire-Marie Weir, whose commitment to improving the lives of the underprivileged Liberian remains unwavering. From constructing the Deconti home of the elderly in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County to fully renovating and regularly supporting orphanages in several parts of the country. From the provision of financial aid. Well, so he will giving a complete statistics of some of the things the First Lady is doing in different parts of the country. But I say this morning, particularly, we will focus our discussion on the new Army Wives Vocational Training Center delegation. There is a vocational training center. First Lady Claire-Marie Weir will on Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, that will be April 13, officially dedicate a newly constructed Morley Vocational Training Center. Okay, Arthur will tell us more about that. Douglas, it's good to always have you here. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and thanks so much to you and the entire team here at OKFM for the good job you guys are doing. Again, it's kind of a pleasure to be back on this platform.
Yeah, every time you come, I just want you to say it's a pleasure to be back home.
I'll be back home.
Yeah. Well, every time you come on any radio, you're already back home. How is the office of the First Lady, and how is the First Lady, by the way?
Well, the office is great, and the First Lady herself is doing well. She is a woman who does regular workouts, exercise, so she's always healthy. She's a passionate person who's committed to what she does. That's improving the lives of the underprivileged people. So she thinks about a lot of things every day, something to do in terms of helping our people, the orphanage, the orphans, the disadvantaged youth, the elderly people, our women and our girls, ways in which she can help to give them the kind of empowerment they need so that they can be better citizens of tomorrow to feel part of the entire processes of our development.
Okay, since we don't have sufficient time, we'll just nail it on the head. Talk to us about this new Army Wives Vocational Training Center that's supposed to be dedicated on Wednesday. Probably want to give her the background or what. I will sit and listen to you for some time.
All right, so let me begin by saying this is a very great milestone, particularly for the women and girls of our country. When you talk about women empowerment, it's not for the First Lady, but it's a milestone that women across our country can celebrate because it's all about empowering them. You remember back in 2019, the First Lady launched the She's You movement, her flagship program, which is actually intended to improve the lives of women and girls for a better and prosperous Liberia. Clarence, one famous person, the former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, he's late now, once said that the empowerment of women, that there's no effective tool, for development than the empowerment of women and girls. So this is important that the First Lady focuses on empowering women and girls, because herself being a mother, being a woman, she understands the constraints, the plights of women. That's why she's offered herself, to advocate for them, to stand in their stead in terms of advocating for them, because she has a platform, she has a loudest voice, if you may, to advocate for them, and not just advocating, but also undertaking initiatives that can, add value to the lives of the women and girls. So the Army Wives Project actually started a few years ago, 2 years ago, as part of the First Lady's outreach initiative. She, decided to reach out to various women groups, not just women way down the ladder, but women at various sectors of the society. She went to the women in Popo Beach, the fishmongers who, every day they had to be on the beach to wait for the fishermen to get the fish to go and process it and then sell it. These women too are women who are, making the living, helping to support their family through that means. She thought it was wise to go and see them. She thought it was also good to have gone to see the women at the Ministry of Transport and several other, women groups. So this day, it was the eve of Armed Forces Day in 2020. The president was going to inspect the military barracks, and the First Lady had to go alone. And she said, since I'm going here, I think I had to go to see the women there, because every Armed Forces Day, so much emphasis is placed on the men and women in arms, meaning the soldiers. But not much is said or done, about the people in the background, the women who are there making sure that the family is okay, making sure that the men themselves in arms, the soldiers, are upright to defend their country. So she thought it was important to go there and appreciate the work they do, supporting their families, supporting their husbands as they defend our country. But it was also an opportunity for her to interact with them, as she was doing with other women in other sections of the society, to get to know what the issues were, what the general challenges were, and how she could intervene in, helping to address the situations. And it was a kind of frank interaction, a very, fruitful, interactive discussion. The women quickly told the First Lady that they had a little project. They were already doing some self-help initiative to help impact knowledge, skills training, into their other colleagues. Some of them had, the skills already, meaning they had the ability to do that, so they formed themselves and they were doing it. But the challenge, as they told the First Lady, was that they were using the Uni School building that was there, and so they had to wait, long hours for the academic session of the school to end. Normally it's at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon before they can go to have their program, and that was a little bit embarrassing for them, because they will have little or no time to carry on their project, their training program. And then you also have many women who wanted to be part of the program, but because of the limited space, they could not accept more women. So they asked the First Lady to intervene, and the First Lady, seeing that as a very meaningful venture where you're trying to impact other women to be able to stand on their own, so she thought it was important to help. So she started that project immediately. COVID-19 interrupted, it caused delay, so for a while that project was at a standstill until things came back to normal. The First Lady again continued the project, and today we have the project ready for dedication. So it's like giving women a kind of hope, helping to build their capacity, helping to build their confidence, helping to make them to feel part, of a national development process where they can contribute. Because if you don't have the skills, the ability, to make any contribution, women will tend to stay at the back, anyway, that the people think let them do their thing. But as long as you empower the kind of skills and the knowledge you need, then you can step up forth to say you want leadership in the community, you want to do this for yourself. And some of the situations that make our women and our girls fall prey to these various forms of sexual gender-based violence will certainly be taken off, because when the women can earn, they can work and earn for themselves and make a decent living, they will not be so much vulnerable to the kind of situations that they fall into. So this is a great initiative. All is set and ready for the commissioning, and turning over of this project. And you may want to know the makeup of the project.
That's what I'm about to ask, because we are on the radio for description, since we're not on television, so that the people who are listening will know exactly what the facility is, and those what the structures are, and those facilities in the structure, how much bedroom, where is it located, the different things that are in it and stuff like this.
Okay, so the project is actually located at the Edward B. and Kaisley Barracks, military barracks, in Shofin, Margibi County. Is a whole mini complex, if you may, because it's not just the training center. So there's a training center with modern classrooms, tiles on the floor, very hygienic washroom. You have a lot of modern system into it. So a bigger classroom to give the women, more women who want to come to learn, they will have the opportunity to go to the training center there to learn. You also have a reservoir, because the women, will need water to keep their facilities clean and sanitized. You also have a building that's comprising of two offices. That's for the women to run the administration. That's the administrative aspect of the program. You also have a meeting hall, like a palaver hall, big space for them to hold the events or have the meetings. You also have the office, the building itself, and the palaver hut, and then the reservoir behind it. So besides that, the First Lady had Ella made a commitment to not just build that modern facility, but to also add some very important facilities, equipment, if you may. For example, the facility, the entire complex there, mini complex there, will need electricity. She doesn't expect the army wives to source electricity from anywhere else or to be a problem for them, because that's a modern system. So she provided a 15 kV generator, and she made sure that the tank of the generator was full to capacity, meaning a full tank, so that they can start with that. She also provided an oven, an electric oven, very brand new one, for the pastry department, because I understand I have four departments there: cosmetology, pastry, computer, and one more department there, and tailoring department. So the pastry department, where they do the baking and all sort of stuff, they've been able to give them an oven. She's also been able to provide a refrigerator, freezer, she's been able to provide some, several chairs so that at least they can help, in beginning at that building. So there's a lot that the First Lady has added to that project.
So it means that they already had a management structure in place.
Yes, they had, that was not something the First Lady created, all from the start. I mean, she just intervened with the request to boost what they already have. So now they have the facility to own their own, and they can run their own project. So there was a project already they were doing. They are themselves the teachers. They are themselves running the program. But this was a call to the First Lady to do something for them.
I heard you say Army wives, and the project is the facility is in the barracks. Did they say to the First Lady as to whether her intervention would have made them to expand, the enrollment, for example, women who are not soldiers' wives, who are not army wives, but probably living around the area, or maybe I'm not living around the area, but I've heard about this facility. I want to learn vocation. I want to go to school to learn something. I'm just thinking whether it's going to be exclusive wives of army people or do we accept other women?
Well, this was one of the major reasons for the First Lady's intervention, so that more people can come in, because the capacity at which we're operating could not allow more women. But the project, the program by the women is not only targeting the army wives. No, there are other young, ladies, the other women in the vicinity, the surrounding communities of the barracks, who are actually benefiting, and more of them will now, by the kind of big facility they have, more of them will now benefit from that project. So it's not just for the army wives. Before the intervention of the First Lady, the Army Wives Association told us that it was not just the army wives that were benefiting, but now, at least with the project being expanded, new facility, large classrooms, you have more women and girls coming from all across that part of Margibi County to be part of it. And that's also why we're coming out to talk about this, because other women and girls need to take advantage of that. Once you're in the vicinity, get to find out what it takes for you to be part, and get to be part of it, because the First Lady is here just to see you empowered so that you can lead an independent life.
Okay, now let's talk about the program now on Wednesday. Who are those that are going to grace the occasion and stuff like this?
Well, we're expecting, obviously, the President, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, lots of other international partners, the women themselves from the barracks and around the community there. Will also be part of it. We're expecting our people, the Liberian people, to be part of it. This is just one of the many initiatives the First Lady is doing to help lift Liberians from poverty, which is tied to the National Development Plan, the Proper Development. That's the proper agenda for prosperity and development. So it's a big initiative, not for the First Lady, but for the women of Liberia. So I'm sure a lot of people will be attending, more than what we even anticipate.
Is the First Lady concerned about maintenance? I'm not sure she will want to get into something, even though she did a construction for the women because they asked for it and she thought it was a way to do it. I'm not sure you want to do something after a few months, it breaks down because somebody say no fuel for the generator, no this, no that, and I'm also inclined to think that this is not exclusively her project. Her project in the event that she's running it. They're going to run it, but I'm just thinking, what is she thinking about to keep this thing moving?
Well, there's been lots of discussions with the women, but initially this is the fulfillment of a promise as per their request, for intervention. The women already had a structure in place and they were already running the program.
Okay.
So the First Lady, first of all, thought to not let them to just take the building as empty as it was constructed. Yeah. So she's giving them some additional equipment and facility to help them maintain the building. But I'm sure it's not just building the facility and leaving them altogether or and turning her back altogether. The First Lady the office of the First Lady will be in touch with them. But again, the First Lady has done a lot there, and there's still much more to do across Liberia. So to whom much is given,
much is
expected. I'm sure that while the First Lady is trying to do something else in other places, the Army Wives will be appreciative enough to demonstrate their their gratitude by making sure the project is maintained. But the office will not turn its back completely after they're done.
What do they do? Free of charge for the women who go there? Is that what they say?
I was told that they collect small fees, but it's not as a profit making initiative, because they have to run the place, they have to maintain the place. I mean, they've been maintaining the program, so the students will have to pay a minimum fees to help the administration.
Is it a single structure?
Again, no, it's not a single structure. It has the main training building, and then you have a few annexes. You have the office space, which is an annex. If you follow the Office of the First Lady page on Facebook, on Instagram, you will see what we're talking about. So you have the main building. You have the meeting hall, like the Palava Hut. If you're facing the building, then the Palava Hut is on the left. The office building is on the right, and then the reservoir is at the back of the building. And then you have the generator room is also attached to the reservoir. So if you made 3 annexes, if you made small buildings.
Do you know how much it took the First Lady to do that project?
Well, it's over $100,000 for that project. So it's a huge project, but if you went to see the project, you will realize that it was it, and the kind of impact it will have on the women, women and girls in that part of the country. It actually was it.
So you say all is set now for the dedication on Wednesday?
Definitely.
What time is it starting?
Well, we are hoping to start at 11 o'clock, and when we do our programs at the Office of the First Lady, we're on time. 11 o'clock exact.
11 o'clock.
At the EPK barracks.
Okay. Can we take few calls? Yeah? Yes, we can. 0770-942-817 and 0555-995-995. 0770-942-817 and 0555-995-995. 0777-700-995. We're talking about the Army Women Vocational Training Center, constructed by First Lady Claire Marie Weah. Is going to be dedicated on the Wednesday. This is a pay-for show. Yeah, the First Lady of it pay for the show. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Peter of God, Bishop Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning to the Conscious Man in Liberia.
Yeah?
My name is Abraham Political Mojisetu, and I call from the most talking about Baguba Army this morning. Let me appreciate the communication director in the office of the First Lady. I think the project is laudable. Bravo to the First Lady. They continue good work. History with Joshua based on good job. And lastly, I think your community see how you can propagate the good message, because information dissemination is very much vital. So you have made the First Lady page active so that people can see your goals.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah?
I'm Joseph going on Wednesday.
Yeah, Kula, let's hear you.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate the student girls. I think these are things like when people are going to educate one another. I think thanks to the point of the problem of Nigeria, I think she should just not just stop with the army wife, I think the police wife too, and the immigration wife, I think the same for them, so that I think it's very sector can be given one due diligence to their needs, so that their wives can be able to produce some things for themselves. That image they on their husband salary.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Peter and Peters. I'm calling from Formosan.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah, let me say good morning to your student guests, and also I want to appreciate him for the discussion. You see, Madam Claire Weah is somebody who is doing extremely well in this country when it comes to health, education, women empowerment, and so many other things. She's doing extremely well. But what is unfortunate is that many times people don't see those work that she's doing. Even me, I started following her few times before I get to know that she even have a foundation, she have a school, that people are going, and so many things she's doing. So the only thing I want to talk to the student guests there is that they should be able to have people following on information or posting on information
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Any Pugu man was more calling you for shopping.
Yeah.
Yes. Want to thank the boy lady for the but one person to add.
Go ahead.
If one of the students will be the one attending the vocational school. So we have a lot of
You kill your child, little chief. All right. Thank you. Hello. Good morning.
Let me say thank you to your student, and I also want to say a big thank you to the president of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate you. But I want to ask you guys.
Go ahead.
One of the few people be launching the other project in Marshall. But then I thought people to talk about it. But it's great. And people need to know. Thank you.
Okay. Let me take second to the last. Hello.
Good morning, Clemens. Good morning to Arthur Douglas. My name is Bobby Vasquez. I'm boy from Kuruza. Clemens, I'm very passionate and sure that this woman will continue to work for this country because her priority projects are always key and attractive. And I just hope that Douglas, please convey the message to the first thing that we have women group in Lofa, especially Zozo district. They are
Lofa one.
So that she can impact their life.
Okay.
One thing that will bring Jenny from
Yeah. They got women all over like bro, yeah. Hello. I like that. Yeah, woman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, I'm Peter Guest.
Yeah, man.
I
He
want to
listen.
commend I want to name first lady for everything she has been doing to me. But one thing that could say me that really touched my heart. You always say, Army. What's wrong with the police? So I want to find out whether the police women are entitled to it too because I say men and women in arms.
Okay. Let's go back to Arthur right here to conclude. Arthur?
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks to all of our callers this morning, all those who also tried to call and could not make it through. Yes, the first lady is passionate about what she's doing because, again, she is a mother. She is the mother of our nation. Herself, before becoming who she is now, she's been through all of the stages. She's experienced what women go through, and so she's in the best position to advocate for the women, to make sure they have dignity, to make sure they have a way of empowering themselves so that at the end of the day, our families can grow. At the end of the day, the issue of gender equality can be an issue of history. For women to begin to get to take leadership position, it requires preparing them and helping them to stand up for themselves. So that's what she's doing. And the commitment is not just for Margibi or Mosrado or Nimba or Bong or Grand Bassa. This is a commitment Madam First Lady has to the entire country because she is the First Lady of the country. So the gentlemen in Lofa County we've also received calls also from the Southeastern region. I would like to say to all of you that the First Lady is coming gradually and she will reach there. Peter Lynn and Modric Setu also talked about the need to do a lot in disseminating the information. Yes, the two of you always comment on the posts from the office of the First Lady. Thank you so much, and we're working to do more in making sure that our people are quite aware, adequately informed about what the First Lady is doing, to help the women of our country, the children, the elderly people. Somebody else has asked that we talk more about the City of Hope project. Yes, it's a very huge project. And we will come again to talk more about that project. Somebody is concerned about whether the police women, the other wives of other security personnel are not, part of it too. Again, yes, the First Lady is reaching out to everyone. But what she's interested in more for now is, addressing general issues. Right? In the case of the armed forces women or wives, she went to inquire as to what she could do for them, what challenges they really had. And for them, it was the issue of finding a space which could not just benefit one person, but a whole lot of young women and children, right? What young women and girls. She was at the Popo Beach community where she had gone also to find out what was the situation. The women don't have a place or workstation, a place to be. They're on the hot sun every time. So their children are on their backs and is hard. So there is a project on the way for them in Popo Beach community to build for them a workstation, to build for them a storage facility. So that project is going to impact more than 20,000 women that in that sector on that place. So probably there will be issues affecting the police wives, but they're already doing something, that the first they can just tap on and make it better.
Okay,
So we're thankful for this time for us. We'll do a lot to come back on the show to talk more.
I know. Arthur Douglas is the head of press and public affairs in the office of First Lady Claire Marie Weah. He was here this morning. Of course, we've been talking about the dedication of a facility, vocational training center called the Army Wives Vocational Training Center in the Shuffling Barry on the Robertsfield Highway. It was constructed by First Lady Claire Marie Weah to ensure the wives of the army people can learn some trades, vocation, if you like, tailoring, soap making, and on all these kinds of things. Former Nima County Superintendent Edith Gonglowe is on this land. We'll take Madam Edith Gonglowe, and then by the time the MPP star comes in, we'll take him. But let's do at least 4 or 5 minutes to talk to the former Nima County Superintendent on the line from the U.S. Madam Gonglowe, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning, the people of Liberia. I woke up this morning just to respond to Honorable recent appearance on your show. But before I do that, I want to extend my deepest condolences to the family of Princess Cooper, and we are calling on the Liberian government. There has been too many deaths in this country, too many murders that have remained unsolved. This one, we are calling on the government to do a thorough investigation. I think the police was in error with their first appearance to claim that there was no foul play. They have to take that back, and there has to be an investigation. And all the other murders, not just Princess, but human lives should be valued in our country. That's what governments are elected to do, to provide safety, security for the citizens of the country. If you cannot provide security for your citizen, then your election is in vain. And so I just wanted to make that pitch before I go into the actual reason for my call this morning.
Okay, Madam Edith Gonglowe, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So quickly, I listened to Honorable Kun a couple of days ago when he appeared on your station. And he took some swabs at me. I'm not in the business of this back and forth. Some people are perpetually in campaign mode. I've moved forward. I'm no longer campaigning. He's now the senator. I think he should do the people's business. He mentioned the issue of the audit. And Clarence, I did email you a bunch of documents yesterday.
Yeah, I got it.
In that audit, the GAC, unfortunately, maybe an oversight, but I believe it was very careless, because the LPDI bank is right there. The head office is right there in Monrovia. The least GAC could have done was to write the LPDI a letter of inquiry. The money in question that they claim in the GAC report, I've transferred to an unknown account. If you see those documents that I sent you, if I was on live, I will show everything I have it here. I had written the LPDI. In 2020, when I got the report that 2014 audit was conducted, and they claimed that in 2011, July 20th, I transferred 1.6 million, actually $1,066,363.60 to an unknown account, I immediately wrote an official letter to Honorable John Davis that there is this claim in the GSC report. I need an immediate investigation because it was under my administration. Maybe somebody took money with my signature, I don't know. And they launched that investigation within LPDR. Within 2 days of my letter, I got a call that your investigation report is ready. They sent me a dossier and I had a press conference. I even wrote to the GSC, so upset, and challenged them, and in fact told them if they didn't touch my name out of their report, I was going to sue them. But the GSC wrote back that the report was no longer in their purview. It had been sent to the Public Account Committee. In that letter, the bank clearly stated, and I have it here, please.
I know you sent it to me, but if you want to read it, you can go ahead.
I will ask you to give me the time to read this. It shouldn't be long.
It shouldn't be.
My letter, I talked about it, and I sent you my letter. I actually asked the bank, I said, according to that report, I am asking you to immediately investigate this money because these are the people's money and must be accounted for. The LPDR wrote back, and it says, signed by John Davis, we extend warm greetings and acknowledge with thanks your request for information regarding the Nimba County Social Development Funds. Please be informed that the LPDR received an instruction from the County Social Development Fund to transfer $1,065,363.60 to the United Nations Office of Project Services, Project Management, for the purchase of road building equipment. This instruction was signed by you and approved, but I can't see this because this is a photocopy I'm reading. So it says, while you were serving as superintendent, and it's attached here. To cut the matter short, the bank was saying that instead of the GSC's allegation in that report that you transferred to an unknown account, the bank was saying to you that no, the county leadership authorized us to send it to a particular account to buy. Okay. For the purchase of the road building equipment that they're fighting over today, that road building equipment has become the elephant in the room. I was fought for those equipment. After I came, the very people who fought me started to claim, ownership, that they're the one who bought it.
So now, where is that case today? Where is that case today?
So the GAC did not do a good job. They didn't even start there. I sent you a whole bunch of dossiers. The bank even sent me the transmitter of that 1.6 million that was sent to UNOP's office in London. London received it and sent back a transmitter of receipt to LPDR. LPDR printed everything and gave it to me. So the transaction is legit. It went to this bank called in London, right here, but some of the documents they sent me, they call it Standard Chartered Bank, UK, London. So all these things, the money in question was money that was used to purchase the yellow machine.
Did anybody use Manam Gonglo way? Did anybody use this thing against you during the election and you had to clarify? I'm sorry, we don't have the luxury of time.
Oh yes, they did that, and I've clarified, and I use all this, and that issue has been laid to rest. Then after the election, Mr. Kuhn had gotten the position that he fought so fiercely for. He got it. That's fine with them. He's the senator now, sitting on Public Account Committee. His first job now was to write for Edith Gonglo-Way to come and provide information on why she transferred 1.something million to an unknown account. Even with all this clarification, I was just so done with it.
No, but Madam Gonglo-Way, he did nothing wrong.
Documents.
He was just working as a senator, and a senator would do that.
Okay, so my thing is the documents. So recently, I forwarded all these documents again to the Secretary of the Public Account Committee. That if you have any question, here are the documents from the legitimate bank that is the custodian of the Nimba County Social Development Funds. So that money was accounted for, and these are the documents to back them. If you have any further query, go back to the LPDR for questioning, and I'm sure the LPDR is prepared. They have all their records to show.
Okay, madam.
Not a cent went elsewhere.
Thank you.
Money was used for the purchase of the equipment. So
Thank
I
you
just
so
wanted
much.
to provide this to the Republic of Liberia, so that next time you hear people talk about, oh, she didn't show something and she wrote letter, no, because the documents were already in their possession.
Yeah, I got all these documents by email you sent to me.
So
Thank you
can
so
use
much.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me the airtime. I was constrained to talk because my name was mentioned
Thank you.
in his
Thank you.
Thank you. Appearance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Gonglo-Way. And it was important that I reached out to you too, because yeah, you've been behind me back and forth. I don't know. We supposed to have somebody from the National Patriotic Party. I haven't seen him yet. Daniel from the group called the NPP Reform Movement. He's supposed to be our guest beginning at 9 o'clock. He's not here yet. We hope he can just come in. Let's begin our discussion right here. This is the OK Morning Row. He thinks that Andrew Peter, Josh Moloba, and others have no standing because their tenure is also over, and they should not be questioning the tenure of the vice president and others. But we are still expecting. Hope he could come any moment from now. Let's go on our live and read some of the messages coming up from Liberians who've been making some contributions. Yeah. Michael B. Zawi says, Mr. Jackson, what determines reasonability as you read in mental agreement? Most of our concessions contain ambiguous clauses prone to multiple interpretations. Francis Amo says, good morning, Clarence. I'm watching from Plebo, Maryland County. This rice saga is very serious in the southeast as we speak. Emmett TSA Tusa, she's my... Okay, anyway. This guy says, Samuka Keita, Dr. Clarence Jackson, you have a golden voice. You can be a good singer following the show from Zulu Whiskey. Samuka, thank you. We went down those lines before, my brother. Emmett here, he comes back to say, Clarence, it will be better for government to add the rice prices up for it to be available for the Liberian people instead of lots problem in the country. George Lamadan said, Piso, I advise that government shouldn't add any dime on current price. It remains, let it remain the same. Remember, rice is a political commodity. Melvin Dakman said, we are into the situation already. Let the government negotiate so our people can get food before they all die before the 2023 elections. Liberians have been commenting. Sometimes reality fits in. People have no options. This is the OK Morning Rush. We are still waiting our man Daniels from the National Patriotic Party's Reform Movement. We want to hear from the other side of the coin. Last week we hosted Josh Moluba and Andrew Peters phone in. This morning we want to hear from the other side. Our guest is already around. We're taking in very shortly. And then we discuss the National Patriotic Party. Like I said, man, we have to hear from the other side. We hosted Andrew Peters, Josh Moluba. They've been very strong that if the vice president wants a third term as a stand-up bearer, she will have to negotiate with the National Executive Committee instead of thinking she can do it no free ride, right? So I say, okay, we'll look out for the other side. Let the other side come in and talk it on. Today is the 11th of April. And it's Fatou Camara's birthday. In a minute's time, we'll join our guest right here. His name is Dirasar A. Daniels. He's the chairperson of a group called the NPP Reform Movement. Wow. Now there's a reform movement in the National Patriotic Party, the former ruling party of former President Dagbana MacArthur, Dr. Charles Gange Taylor. Mr. Dirasar Daniels is right here. Mr. Daniels, I'd like to say good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Clarence. I'm glad to be here in the studio.
How's life? How are you, by the way?
Well, we give God the glory that we are able to be part of the living. That is the most wonderful thing in life.
That's absolutely, that's okay. What is this reform movement? Is it something new in the NPP?
Well, yes, it all started 2020 as a way of having an independent partisan body that have leverage in the party to see how we can bring some pressure to bear on the leadership of the party. You are quite aware that the party leadership have been divided against themselves since the convention, since the national election of the country, and there were this scrambling for jobs, and then this blame trading thing came about between the leadership, while the Chairman Banning team was accusing the standard bearer team of having the partisan job, and then the supporters of the standard bearer was accusing the Banning and his team of having the partisan job. That brought the rift among the two leaders. And then we tried to find an impasse. So we said, look, it's better to have an independent opinion that will look in the faces of the leaders and say, look, hey, you're going wrong. You're going wrong. And so that gave leverage to the reform because we've been very objective and we try to call a spade a spade.
You're still active in the party?
We are very active. In fact, most of the progress you find in the party now is based on our level of effort and work.
I'm constrained to say it this way. Are the both sides recognizing you?
Of course, they are in fact very active in our chat room. We engage the issue, we discuss the issue intellectual in the chat room and also in person. We are all friends. And of course, I'm a personal friend with Jim Bunny. Everyone in the party knows that. Andrew Peters and others, unlike the Standard Bearer, who I'm not very acquainted with, but I respect her as my leader. And so we will always try to make sure we work with the two sides to make sure that the party have peace, and peace is what we want.
I know, even though you said this is an independent movement in the party, but somebody whose side you are seen not to be supporting will disagree with you and say you're taking side, which is obvious. But let me sit for some time and listen to you. As a movement in the party, after talking to the both sides, and I know I don't have to ask you because I know you understand the party and its constitution, not just the rudiments of what a party is. Yeah. What have you derived at? What's going on in the NPP? Who's doing what?
Good. Thank you very much. And this is the reason why we are here. And I just want to focus mostly on the constitutional issue.
Yeah.
Because this is where the misinformation is being deeply spread, to the public hearing who may not have the leverage to have access to the NPP constitution. The first amendment, the second amendment to the NPP constitution was in 2004. Mm-hmm. This 2004 constitution and all of the constitution of the NPP from 1997 to present did not put tenure limit to the position of Standard Bearer. I want to make that very clear.
Come again.
All of the constitution of the NPP,
mm-hmm.
the first constitution of 1997,
mm-hmm.
the second of 2000,
mm-hmm.
the third of 2004,
mm-hmm.
including the 2006 amendment and 2016 amendment to present, none of these constitutions have ever placed a tenure limitation to the position of Standard Bearer and Vice Standard Bearer.
Really?
What it says, and I'm waiting for the Constitution, few copies to come for us to look into it.
Okay.
What it says is that because the tenure of the Standard Bearer is in line with the presidential election. So every 6 years before national election, the Standard Bearer shall submit, whoever is a sitting Standard Bearer shall submit to a national convention, either for reconfirmation or for contestation for an election of a new Standard Bearer. This is the responsibility of the National Executive Committee to conduct a national convention. And by history, the party conducted its first or electoral college convention for Standard Bearer position in 2005, at which time that Roland Massaquoi came victorious as the Standard Bearer. In 2017, following the amendment to some provisions of the 2004 Constitution, since indeed there was this disagreement about the 2016 amendment, I personally led that campaign with Chairman Barney. I said, look, this 2017 election is going to be very crucial for the NPP. We cannot always go to a convention and say we confirm Standard Bearer. Let's open the party up, that anyone can join today and has interest to contest any position at the national level, including Standard Bearer position. And that proposition was overwhelmingly accepted. And a constitutional convention was held in Tottenham in 2016. And the tenure clause for a member of a party who joins today and be qualified to contest any executive position in the party was removed. And amended that you can join today, and if there is any position vacant to contest, you are qualified to contest,
including
Standard Bearer. It was against this background that I personally encouraged Ambassador Nathaniel Bounds to join the NPP. I personally encourage Reverend Hananiah Zoe to join the NPP. And it was against this background that the NPP went into its electoral college election beginning at Bentor and to other counties, and Madam Standard Bearer, Her Excellency Joy Howard Taylor, and Vice President, came victorious out of the result of that electoral college primary. Now, to refute the argument, the amendment at third number, if there were any limitation to the position of standard bearer, how many terms do you hold as standard bearer in the party, the amendment at third number squashed that out. That one. But it doesn't exist. And now those constitution copies will come and will fill through it.
I really want to see the constitution.
Yeah, you will have it. You will have
Go
it
ahead.
in route. So that's one. Then two, the standard bearer, based on our structure, is not a member of the National Executive Committee. The National Executive Committee is headed by the national chairman of the party and all code of officers below him. The standard bearer is the party leader and highest ranking officer in the party, that whose functions and tenure is not in line with that of the function and tenure of the executive committee. The executive committee conduct themselves in consultation with the party leader and standard bearer. And at National Executive Committee meeting where the standard bearer is present, she presides. In her absence, the national chairman presides. But that is not the issue. We just want to clarify that the misinformation provided by former Secretary General Andrew Peters and former Vice Chairman George Moloba is...
Why are you calling them former?
Total. Good, I'm coming to that. It's totally a disservice to the National Patriotic Party. The truth is the truth. And what is written can never lie. I'm sure they have come here and raised a lot of argument without even making reference to any constitution. And I consider it erroneous. The Secretary General tenure, beginning of Whitfield, commenced from 2000 convention at Unity Conference Center for 6 years. I was also elected at that time as National Assistant Secretary General for Finance and Investment. But based on limitation clause in our constitution that you cannot be 3 persons from one county to serve on the National Executive Committee, I was asked to resign, which I did. Because I come from Nima, and so Harrison Luo was elected National Vice Chairman for Administration. Ambrose Bowman was elected National Assistant Secretary General for Press and Propaganda, and they were all my seniors. And so by that, I was asked by President Taylor and Standard Bearer at the time, with the county delegation, for me to accept to resign, which I did in respect to our party constitution. So Whitfield tenure ends 2006. He got a second mandate for 2012. His tenure expired 2012. He remained in office as illegal Secretary General, but his functions and status were not questioned because the leadership were united. So he was protected by the sitting chairman who had tenure, the late T.C. Lu, and the standard bearer. While working towards the conduct of convention, he died. Andrew Peter came in also assuming the position of an illegal acting Secretary General.
To finish Whitfield's term?
There were no term to finish. The term was finished.
Okay.
All right? He was serving expired term. Okay? So, his coming in as acting Secretary General at that time was also illegal. But then, because the leadership united, it wasn't an issue. Then they held this Tata Convention in 2015. Next said, no, we can't recognize that result. because we were not present. So you have to go back to conduct a new convention. And this is where the result from Tartan, in consultation with the late T.C. Gu, who was a sitting chairman whose tenure had also expired, was asked to say, look, okay, can we agree that the result from Tartan be cancelled? Chairman Bani, who became the winner of the Tartan election convention, will be recognized by NEC as interim chairman. The Secretary General from the Tartan convention,
in this case, Andrew Peters,
will be recognized as interim Secretary General to work with the former chairman, T.C. Gu, appointed by NEC as chairperson of the convention coordinating committee to take the party to convention in Buchanan. It was there and then under the gavel of the late T.C. Gu that Barney and Andrew Peters, they were also successful to have retained their respective position as was elected in the Tartan convention. And that brought forth a new leadership headed by Barney. And T.C. Gu reported on the outcome of that election to NEC, comprising national chairman down to zonal head. All were elected and submitted to NEC. It is this leadership whose tenure has expired today. The convention held in 2016 was construed as in line with the Constitution, conducted in 2015 December. So if you calculate, or if you count from 2016 January or February, for the argument's sake, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, a Chairman Barney and all national vice chairpersons or 4-year tenure holders tenure expired already.
Let me get something. Did I hear you say there is a precedent in the MPB where the Elections Commission appointed a committee to take the party somewhere because of confusion at that time?
Certainly.
So there's a precedent on that.
There's a precedent on that. And that committee was chaired by former chairman T.C. Gu.
So you think there is nothing wrong this time around with the Elections Commission naming Nyondwemo Komla and others to take the party to convention?
Interestingly, nothing wrong with that. Because one, Nyondwemo Komla is one of the founding fathers of the party. He is the first national chairman of the party following organization.
Really?
Yes. And he also served as chairman of the Ad Hoc Election Commission of the Republic of Liberia, a former speaker of the 51st legislature, and current sitting chairman of the advisory board of the party. Who could be best suited for that?
So what you're saying is that the bombing amendment of your constitution doesn't say the standard bearer cannot go back in the event the president wanted to go back, because there is no such law that exists. And then, so what you're saying is that they should not be questioning the legality of Joel Howard Taylor's tenure as standard bearer.
That's not.
But at the same time, you are also saying Andrew Peters and the others, their time has elapsed.
Certainly, it is true, and that is why I was trying to drill you through the schedule. So from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, that's 4 years. Chairman Barney and all vice chairpersons and all 4-year tenure holders will expire by 2020.
So as
then for the secretariat, 6 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 December. For the argument's sake, February 2022, it also expired. All right?
So Andrew Peters and Barney are not...
entire party leadership, from national chairman, secretariat to zonal head, tenure off.
Now, but Daniel, I mean, assuming without admitting that what you say is true, are these people not aware of the Constitution and the provisions in it, especially somebody like Andrew Peters, who sits as head of the secretariat? Is that what you want me to believe? Or there is politics?
Well, usually when people are obsessed with certain appetite and so forth. They lost their consciousness. And they think that whatever comes out from their mouth will be accepted, as a Bible, to follow. This is not the case. I must tell you, the NPP, unlike any other political party, was never formed on a coffee table. This is a revolutionary party that I have been part of its birth since 1992 to present. I have never left this party to go anywhere. I have tried to remain a quiet person, but I felt that enough is enough. We cannot sit and allow people who join this party to come and railroad it to the disadvantage of the multitudes that sacrificed to give birth to it.
In an event, Nyondwe Mokomlan takes the party to convention. What you're saying is that if Vice President Taylor wanted to remain as standard bearer, there is no such law anywhere in the Constitution that will prevent her from remaining.
I can tell you, whether Chairman Bani still had tenure up to 2023, 2024, there was going to be nothing called stopping Madam Taylor.
And I really want to see the Constitution.
Yeah, I just make an effort to get that coming. It will soon be here.
So what's going on in your party? Is it a fight for power in the midst of 2023? People want to sneak somebody else into the party to be a political face so that Jewel is removed because the coalition document provides that the CDC, I'm talking about Congress for Democratic Change, will be the head, and then the standard bearer picks somebody. So in the event she's not the political leader, it may not be possible to pick her. What do you think is going on?
Well, I can tell you this as far as I am concerned. The misunderstanding in the NPP is all about greed. Certain people have come to the point to believe that they are the owners of the party. And if they are not in the leadership or part of the leadership, there should be no NPP. And because they have come to discover that the NPP is a greasy bone to let go to another person, so they will do everything to fight to maintain themselves in power. But the reality remains that nobody's telling you, say, do not contest a convention. But the reality is that amongst you, the leaders, you do not trust each other. Worse of it, the partisans no longer trust you. Okay?
Is that the case?
And disappointingly, that your tenure has expired. So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for?
So if Andrew Peters and James Bani wanted to recontest,
it's their right. They won't be stopped. But
they are still protected by the Constitution.
They have right to contest a convention, and nobody's stopping that. All right, but we are saying, given the level of distrust among you, the leaders, that one of you cannot take the party to the convention for it to be peaceful, and give the space for everybody to have their day. Step aside. And let neutral body take the party to the convention.
If you wanted to step aside, why don't you go to the process?
I want to use the bathroom.
Okay, let's take a break. He's coming right back here on the show. This is the OK Morning Rush, and I will venture to see what I can talk to Andrew Peters this morning. He says, Andrew Peters' term has expired, but he's got the right to run if he wanted to. But Andrew Peters should not say the vice president term has expired because there is nothing such in the Constitution. I mean, I haven't really seen the NPP Constitution. Both sides are quoting Constitution without allowing us to see the Constitution. So that the public will just be the judge, man. Let somebody bring the NPP Constitution. Let's go to that provision and read it. NPP people, y'all send the Constitution. Or if it is segment then, y'all send the Constitution here, man. We have Deresa A. Daniels from the MPP Reform Movement, he calls it. We will either see what I can talk to Josh Moore about Andrew Peters. Let them weigh in a little bit before we open the lines. MPP is at conflict with itself. I mean, all these things ahead of 2023, more of these things will happen in these different political institutions. Fatu Kamara Marus Big wants me to say happy birthday to you. All of you celebrating birthdays today, happy birthday. We hope you celebrate in a grand style.